Hello guys, Mashiba came back once again. Subtitle video. How do you per round 1437 should have came out today. And today has also been announced that I've become the loneliest man in the world. There's only me. There is only me, and it turns out I was right, Sir Bob. I done it. I did it again. Woo! It becomes very disturbing in hindsight when you realize how right you were. Very disturbing. And it becomes sad that everything you ever said was 100% correct. But hey. What can you do about it? What can you do about it? But hold on a moment. I gotta quickly pull up the El Chapa. Moving through some quick technical difficulties here. But in the meantime, a break next week. Last week, I heard someone says it'll be a 3-week break. I don't know where he got that from. I never did ever check it. Check it today. Correct. It's around 6:44 Eastern Standard Time. And but overall, catching up, recapping the last chapter. Ippo still sparring with Mashiba. They're trying to imitate Marco Rosario, and he's proven that he's a little bit more. He got what it takes. Or he's not just a false imitation. But now it's time for Ippo to prove how good he really is. How do you pull around 1437? A perfect copy. A painful sparring session. Ippo's on the inside again. Ippo throws out a jab, and the onlookers are like, he got it again. And Mashiba throws out a flicker. Look at his double page spread, and Ippo double page spread, stepping in deep before Mashiba was able to retract his arm. Now, if he was training with Vorich coach, you want to be able to turn that into a final swallow, but since he's not, Misha was caught retracting his flicker back, and Ippo's already stepped in deep. And Ippo with perfect foot placement, he goes in, he throws out a right hook. It connects, but Mashiba is blocking this guy high and tight. Ippo switches to his right hand. Switches to his right hand. And throws an uppercut. Well, yeah, I was reading the panel. Throws an uppercut. Then he follows up with a left. And then he's throwing out a multi-combination. He's beating Mashiba back into the ropes. He's getting beat up like a pinata. Mashiba is still blocking as much as he can. But the onlookers are shot. He's just bored that he's weighing and let loose. He pushed all the way in. He pushed him all the way into the ropes in one go. What the hell is going on here? That's a fighter that's about to have a world title match, and he just pushed him around. And Mashiba curse, look over and concerned. Right where you think he's dragging his flick at a distance, he bursts right in. This changes Tifo. Makunouchi didn't have this when he was active. Ippo steps in. And Mashiba's coach continues. On top of that, with Pippa's foot on the outside, he keeps far away from Mashiba's big gun. The right hand. And lets him throw as many lefts as he wants. If I didn't know better, I think he's a natural southpaw. And Mashiba still keeping the high guard, but Makunouchi is applying the pressure. And Mashiba says to himself, "Don't you fuck with me." And he's about to hit him with the same move he hit Shinobu. He drops down his right hand. He's about to go for the uppercut. The Infighter Destroyer. A technique, ironically enough, it harkens back unknowingly. I didn't think about this until right now, actually, is that Mashiba have his own version of the Hayami uppercut, the Infighter Killer. It's a short upper, but this time Makunouchi is coming. And Mashiba says, "I'm going to send that jaw to the fucking sky." And Mashiba's coach noticed something. Ippo, wait. What is this? Wait. And Mashiba's coach like, that's don't do it. No way. Ippo feinted him out with a throw, but Ippo feinted him out like he was gonna throw a left. But since he's in southpaw, he used that as a feint and just retaliated with a right hand. If Mashiba would have tried to throw that uppercut, because he dodged at the last minute, he would have got his head taken clean off his shoulders. And Ippo follows up with another left, and Mashiba uses his footwork. He gets that away from the ropes. And Mashiba says to himself, he was aiming for it. The guy could like, dang, so close. And Mashiba coach like leans over on the ropes. Hold on a minute, we need a timeout. And the guy is like, huh? And they would see a window, somebody's talking. I'm sorry, this is my mistake. Now I can see it clearly. If I'd known before, I would have asked you earlier. It looked like he can pull off a perfect copy of Rosario. Which was like, I hate to admit it, but I have to take you seriously. From here on out, it's a title fight strategy. Mashiba, he widened his stance, and he posted like he took a wider stance. And wait a minute. Mashiba switches his arm placement. And he posts like his upper body isn't angled like usual. It's more squared up. This is Mashiba's title fight strategy. The onlookers go. And Mashiba's like, are you coming or what? And Ippo started to move to the side, using that Rosario movement to get in deep. And then Mashiba says, you're not coming. I guess I'll come at you. We'll come to you. And he steps, and everybody's surprised. And that's the chapter, boys and girls. The perfect copy. That is the chapter. And overall, it was an alright chapter. It's good to see that Ippo can do his homework and imitate other things. I do believe this would lead to an ambidextrous Ippo, one way or another, because we have seen Ippo use it before temporarily against Oda in his first fight. So it's just, I think this will add on to Ippo's development. But as the perfect copy, the way he's able to lay onto the pressure, and how you could easily counter that uppercut that he used against Shinobu, it's just easy. He had Mashiba dancing to his team all along. But I do believe, because of that, Kimura has probably given Mashiba the greatest thing he ever could have gave him, and that is a fighter's intuition to dodge the right hand. If it wasn't for Kimura constantly spamming the Dragon Fish blow, Mashiba would not be where he is now. I didn't think about it, but look against Shinobu and like many other characters, every time someone goes for a Dragon Fish flow, Mashiba moves out of the way. So when Ippo faked him out with the left, and he went for the straight, he went for that right hook. The same right hook Ippo was trying to aim for against Hayami, and Mashiba, instead of following up with the uppercut, just moves out of the way. When he did that, that's that repeat of that same intuition back from when he was fighting Kimura. The exact same one. So in one way or another, not only was Kimura Mashiba's greatest fight, or what was Kimura's greatest fight, is the fact that Kimura might have done more help for Mashiba in his career than Kimura could ever know. Because ever since then, every time there's a right that Mashiba's not paying attention to, every time he dodged it away. Every time. Ever since then, he's always had the intuition that, wait, there's a blind spot. I gotta get out of there. Now, it's good that he was able to do it against a southpaw, but then again, there won't be no leeway, in my personal opinion, with Marcus Rosario. I do believe this man is a real deal animal. All right, he's somewhat subhuman. So I don't believe, well, you have time to use his footwork, get out of the way, or to have time to reset, or to go in the corner. It would just be back to back, back to back. But I do find it interesting that Kimura once again, in his own subtle ways, like, well, ever since he fought Kimura, the Dragonfish blow or any type of technique where it reaches his blind spot on his right side, it's just like it just won't work. The intuition always kicks in, but there's a problem. Now Ippo did an excellent combination to get Mashiba where he was, and again to bait that short uppercut, the infighter killer, for Ippo can counter with the right hook. But the problem is, sure, Mashiba is good at ducking and dodging, like Dragonfish blows, like on his right side, right? Like the overhand right. Well, he's good at that, or like an overhand right, or like a left hook, or a right hook. The problem is, Rosario, everything is opposite. So sure, you can dodge the overhand right, but since he's also southpaw, can you dodge the overhand left? Will that same intuition kick in no matter which side that he's fighting on, or will it just be not sure? Ippo, when he did it, he was on the left side, southpaw, in deep, through a right uppercut to counter, through like a right hook to counter, but it's not the same. It's not the same. I don't want to see Ippo go for that scenario, to try to bait him in and to go for like a Dragonfish blow in the southpaw stance. But don't start off with the low blow though. Just bait him for an overhand right counter. If Mashiba can dodge that, this fight should be alright. It shouldn't be too hard for him. But if he can't, now I don't know what to say. This could be more problematic. Some might say, well, Ippo just went for a counter. Could Marcus Rosario be a relentless pressure onslaught counter specialist? Which just, I don't see it. That is a different type of counter specialist. There is, and it's not always an outboxer counter puncher like we see like with Sawamura or Miyata. There is a version of a close range counter puncher of a person that can walk you down and pick their shots. That does exist. So if Marcus Rosario is more of a to bait somebody, pick his shots, and just slowly chop him down with relentless pressure and combinations, and when Misha would try to do something, a dual exchange or a counter him, that could be a deadly combination. But it's not the same as Miyata. Because Miyata was an outboxer who could also infight. And on top of that, he was a counter specialist. So it's just, maybe it'll never be addressed or ever be brought up. But overall, I think it's a solid chapter. Now to go into the whole late Mashiba thing where it's like, well, he's whitening up his stance. His body's more squared up. It's not the Hitman stance, but it's not the Slayer stance either. And which is obvious since he's squared up. But in this case, it kind of does look like he shifted into a Philly shell. It really does, especially with his arm placement. Where it's like his with his lead hand down to the body, and with his right wing tucked close. Now, with this photo, he does look like a splitting image of, he does look like a splitting image of Tommy Hearns. He does. Now, since Tommy Hearns and Mashiba and Richard Bison are all based off of Tommy, good old Tommy the Hitman, the Motor City Cobra, there is one thing that Mashiba has never used. Never. Throughout his entire career. And it's a thing that Tommy Hearns always did, but Mashiba or no other Hitman specialist have ever done it. And that whole thing is the pawing jab. The pawing jab is a jab where you throw out a jab, but you keep it out to move a person's head placement or to block their vision, for you can set up for that vicious chopping right. Anytime before, it was always a flicker, chopping right. Flicker, or flank flicker, chopping right, or some mix up with the combination. But in this case, with the pawing jab, you don't really need to set up the flicker. You can just need to throw out the hand, keep your hand out there, and boom! Block up the vision, line their head up for the perfect shot, and blam! They're getting hit with the main cannon. It's more or less like a manual aim. With the flickers, like you get them in like a general selection, and then boom. But with the pawing jabs, it's like manual aim. There's no aim assist. There's no help guiding it to the position. It's purely lining up your head and blam. Say, it could be something like that, because he is more squared up. It does look like he's slow. He kind of does look like he's doing a Philly shell, but not 100%. So who knows? Who knows? Good to see that Misha was still adding to his game. Maybe he's not as complete as I thought he could be, but even so, he still is the most complete boxer of Ippo. He really is. Hopefully we get a chance to see it to Gake or Amai, Hayami for God's sakes, or just anybody. Even Tan Katara get this type of development that Mashiba has gotten in his career, because ever since a certain time period, everybody else have just been doing the exact same thing. So, good to see good old Mashiba still evolving. But I do believe this will help Ippo become more ambidextrous, because it seems like in the southpaw stance, especially against older, Ippo has never complained how awkward it felt. Yeah, he just said it was different, and then it was just, okay, and he only just used it once ever since then. Even with the Dempsey roll, he's always switching back and forth between stances to continue the relentless barrages, unknowingly. So this could lead to a new Dempsey roll. Like I'm telling you, like this whole picture Ippo I'm talking about, this could be not only a complete version of Ippo. I don't know how Sendo could counter this type of man. I don't see how Miyata could stop him, because all his points would be perfect to counter him. You could no longer figure out the figure eight head movement. You could no longer predict his coming or he's dashing. Then he could come in left or right, ambidextrous, a switch hitting. Like he's an animal. An animal, and they could use a dip throw as a fake, or there's so many more options to get open up to Ippo. Even with Ippo recently parrying punches, it's like come on. But at this point, I'll be 65 years old by the time that happened. If I'll be like 50 by the time Ippo ever gets back into the ring, and George will be what was it, like he's in 50s now? That's like roughly 30 years from now. He'd be like in his 80s. So, hey, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But, who knows? Who knows? Cause hopefully we don't get a situation where Ippo got beaten by AJ Dante and he just had to fight that one guy, and the next thing you know, he getting challenged by a world champion. Now it was great for Sendo, it was fantastic. It's just like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Cause Sendo still had to fight Shigeta, and Ippo was still going up to the mountain to train. So that does make sense. But on a world stage, it'll have to be something more than just, well, you know, he's the board the Dempsey role. Now if it is Sendo with the championship, that'd be different. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Ippo, it's Sendo for undisputed. Like I'm telling you, that's the ultimate dream match. Miata can be fit in either way, but the Sendo versus Ippo thing, that gotta happen. I'll take the Miata fight before or after the Sendo thing, but I gotta see that. We gotta see another Sendo fight, another one. This time they aren't children anymore. They're full grown adults. They're no longer rookies. They're no longer just national championships. This is on a world stage in front of everybody. Who will become the next face of Japan after the great Takamura? Who? Would it be the man from Osaka, Takeshi Sendo? Or the man from the Tokyo or the local fishing spot, Ippo Makariuchi? Tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's go! It'd be funny if it was America, but hey, the Tokyo Dome, but no chance of that. Well, you guys thoughts and opinions of the whole chapter about Mashiba and his recent developments and the whole well. We got to use our title fight strategy. Could have came up with a better title than that, but okay then, Billy. But it's good to see at least there's a character out there that's still evolving. They actually do got some more extra tricks to his game instead of like Miata or Sendo, where, well, you know, they had all this development at one period of time, but now there's just, well, if you read the series, well, you know what I'm talking. It's been FWK. Hope you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and peace.